Omarosa, how can you say that about the president 3 years after we all said that about the president?
The feud between President Donald Trump and former White House aide Omarosa Manigault-Newman has been getting increasingly heated in the wake of her shocking announcement that she had recorded conversations during her time working for Trump and her labeling of the president as a racist. Trump lashed out at his former colleague on Twitter, calling her wacky and deranged, and later referring to her as a dog. On their Monday shows, the late-night host took some time to address the situation and to poke fun at the feuding pair. On CBS's The Late Show, Stephen Colbert noted that Omarosa was just the latest in a long line of disgruntled former Trump administration employees.
The White House is basically a reboot of The Last Supper, oops, all Judases.
Showing a clip of Omarosa on Sunday's Meet the Press, during which she called Trump a racist, Colbert said her most shocking allegation is that she heard a tape where Donald Trump used the N-word.
The guy who refused to rent to black tenants said that a Nazi Klan rally had some fine people and called Africa a hole is a racist.
Over on NBC's Late Night, Seth Meyers dedicated much of his Closer Look segment to Omarosa and Trump. Now that he's bogged down in a ridiculous feud with an aide who's as good as he is at orchestrating a reality show spectacle, Trump is suddenly slamming the credibility of somebody who was once one of his closest confidants, Meyers said. You know what made Omarosa look legitimate? Putting her in the White House.
I can't wait until Trump's forced to resign and President Mike Pence tweets, please ignore this disgruntled employee. He has no credibility.
Over at The Daily Show and Comedy Central, Trevor Noah was quick to poke fun at Omarosa for taking so long to realize Trump's shortcomings. Seriously though, Omarosa had to spend a year in the White House to learn that Donald Trump doesn't know what he's doing, Noah questioned.
I can't wait for her next book, Donald Trump, something's wrong with his hair.
Meanwhile, after Omarosa released a recording of Trump expressing his disbelief that she was fired, Noah admitted that he wasn't entirely convinced by the president's frustrations, noting, for a man who lies as much as Trump, you'd think he'd be better at it. Noah further argued, what is shocking is how many people are secretly recording the president of the United States all the time. I'm surprised there's not feedback loops to everyone. In fact, Noah mused that so many people have recordings of Trump these days that there should be a Grammy category dedicated to the genre.
And the award goes to, Adele. Surprise, it's Adele, actually.
Back on NBC, Tonight Show host Jimmy Fallon addressed the feud by reminding his audience that while there was a new episode of Bachelor in Paradise that night...
But if you really want to see some reality stars go at it on TV, just check out Omarosa and President Trump.
Speaking about Manigault-Newman's memoir Unhinged, in which she claims Trump has mentally declined, Fallon quipped,
Trump was furious. He said, this book is an outrage, and wait, what were we talking about?
Fallon then played an audio recording of Omarosa being fired by General John Kelly in the White House Situation Room, which she shared while visiting Meet the Press. Turns out, anytime someone asks, is the president aware of what's going on? Kelly says, let's not go down that road, Fallon joked.
Experts said nobody's ever made a recording in that room. And then one guy said, that you'll know about.
And on CBS's Late Late Show, James Corden noted the irony of Kelly telling Omarosa that she was fired due to significant integrity issues.
And nothing says I don't have integrity issues like recording your boss in the top secret Situation Room.
Corden then shared the phone conversation between Manigault-Newman and Trump, in which the president revealed that he didn't know his former aide had been fired.
I wasn't sure if the recording was real or not until the part where Trump admits he doesn't know what's going on in the White House.
And finally, on ABC's Jimmy Kimmel Live, the host noted, if Omarosa was able to get secret recordings of Trump, Vladimir Putin knows every porn star name that he's ever whispered. To watch full clips of the late night host reacting to the feud between Omarosa Manigault-Newman and President Donald Trump, head to THR.com. For the Hollywood Reporter News, I'm Lindsay Rodriguez.